Many of you just recently got Oculus Quests for Christmas and are trying to decide what to get on it. No fear, I am here to help. These are the top 10 games that should be in your Oculus library. For anyone who has had an Oculus for a while now, maybe you can get some good game ideas that you have not downloaded yet, like this one that I'm showing on screen. Who knows? Enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Do you guys like the fear of heights? Because this game certainly induces that feeling. The Climb is a sandbox game where you're climbing in different scenarios and situations, like a cityscape or a canyon. The Climb has tons of different stamina systems where you can chalk your hands to increase your stamina, and ways to In our number 9 spot, we have VR Chat. VR Chat is a multiplayer-based game which involves chatting in VR. You can do this with your friends or random strangers you met online, in different worlds like a beach setting or a futuristic city. The game involves different avatars, which is how you display yourself online. There are multiplayer props that you can interact with in these different worlds. I like to play something while I'm hanging with my friends. So, personally, I never really caught on to this game. But it's much more popular than my opinion. So for this reason, it's in the number 9 spot. Contractors is a PvP or PvE game involving mechanics kind of like Call of Duty or Pavlov Shack VR. Contractors even has built-in mod support, which I spend most of my time in, which includes different maps like the back rooms, or different like gun setups like a next spot loadout. The maps even include a full recreation of COD Zombies, minus all of the textures and a few of the bosses. But that's still really cool. And I can't wait to see what comes of it. But still, it is in development, and for that reason, it is still in the number 8 spot. Blade and Sorcery is a combat sandbox game, which involves, combat and also magic spells. The combat system is really complicated and highly mature. Well, not really highly, but all it is just blood, but still mature. And really, that's all. Just a few maps and few weapons, magic, and combat. It's really cool for the amount of content that you get and the amount of variety that you get. For the price of $15, it's really good. And that's why it is in the number 6 spot. Sorry, I forgot which one we were on. And going on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have Stride, a parkour game which really takes parkour to the next level. The best part is that it's safe parkour without having to go out and do a lot of stuff, and it makes you feel like if James Bond was a parkourist. Stride involves several different game modes, including a multiplayer mode, endless mode, arena mode, and time run mode. Stride is really cool for $15 and involves a semi-complicated combat system. It's kind of simple. But one of the coolest features in this combat system is you can catch and throw back grenades. Stride is really cool for the amount of content that you get, and for this reason, it is in the number 5 spot. We are in the number 5 spot, and in that spot, there is a Township Tale. A Township Tale is an open-world survival game with many different systems and jobs for you to perform, such as alchemy, blacksmithing, mining, carpentry, and even archery. The game's combat system mainly revolves around mining, so it isn't that big. There's skill trees and all of that sort of stuff that you would love if you were a survival game kind of person. However, the main problem with it is that there's a PC version of the game with much more content. They plan to add all of the content from the PC version over to the Quest version. For example, they recently ported over a climbing tower which helps you unlock the climbing ability in all of its glory. We have been waiting for about a year now for this feature to be ported over, but I'll cut them some slack because they were also working on separate, different projects in the meantime too. This game is lots of fun, so I would recommend giving it a shot. Even if you don't really like survival games, just make sure you look it up first, because it's really complicated and it doesn't really give you a good tutorial. It only gives you the basics, but there's tons of different systems. For that reason and the other PC-related reason, this game is the number 5 spot. Rec Room is a multiplayer-based game, kind of like VR Chat. However, it is more focused around the Rec Room original and community-generated games. For example, the footage shown on video is an example of one of the Rec Room original dungeons, or as they like to call it, quests. There are 5 different ones, however, one is still on the PC. These range from different themes, from the medieval one that you're seeing on screen right now, to futuristic, to pirate-type things. Rec Room is perfect for those who like chilling with friends, but can't just chat face-to-face. They have to be doing something else than just chatting. Like myself. Some people like VR Chat more, but for this reason, it gets the 4th spot. In the number 3 spot, there is Bone Lab. Bone Lab is a mainly sandbox game with tons of optional game modes like the parkour and arena game modes. It has tons of perks like NPCs, cool mechanics, and even built-in mod support. There is tons of content in Bone Lab. A story campaign is used to unlock all of the stuff like NPCs and avatars. Speaking of which, you can customize how you look in Bone Lab. And how you look even affects your in-game stats. Like choosing a bulky avatar will make you slower and weigh more, but you become stronger. However, it is a very confusing process of unlocking the story mode. In my playthrough, there was many situations where I was thinking, how was I supposed to know that? So for this reason, it is in the number 3 spot. In the number 2 spot, we have Beat Saber, a fast-paced rhythm game with tons of banger songs. It has the perfect amount of content until you realize the one fatal flaw. We'll get to that later though. Beat Saber involves cutting blocks with your sabers in the right direction and color. It makes for a really fun and interesting game. However, Beat Saber includes many DLC packs from your favorite artists, which range from Imagine Dragons to Billie Eilish. These are all $10 each, and while you still can buy them individually, it still keeps it in the number 2 spot. Speaking of which, we should get to the number 1 spot. And of course, that leaves in our number 1 spot, Gorilla Tag. Gorilla Tag is a multiplayer-based game that involves gorillas and tag. No doubt. It is more than just that though. It has cosmetics, seasonal updates, and so much more to offer. Its community is what makes it. And while most of the time the lobby will be filled with a mixture of toxic 4-year-olds and 13-year-olds, at least one person in every lobby is pretty cool to meet. So download the game for the low price of $0. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and leave a like and comment, and have a good day.